Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all who have subscribed, and a special thanks to those who have become members. And we'll come back later and talk about memberships. But today our title is The Road to Success is Not Straight. Okay? The road to success is not straight. I'm going to hold the camera so you can enjoy this walk with me at the same time of hearing this message. And those who listen all the time, you know what you do. Keep sewing. Just have your phone on listening, and then you can later come back and look at the walk. Because sewers, the seamstress, tailors, craft makers, we work all different times of the day. What I mean by the sewing to success is not straight, meaning that if you just keep going and keep sewing and keep asking people to support you, you will get your goal. You will make more than what you are asking for. You will have so many customers and people coming to you that you will have to put open and close sign. And I'm telling you this from years of experience on how I grew my sewing business. So look at that. Sewing is everywhere. Sewing is everywhere. What I want you to know is that build up your inventory. If the first thing people say, what do I make? You can make scarves. You can make headbands. You can make simple stuff. And the reason I said make those items is because you got to build up your speed to do well at sewing. To do well at sewing, to make money, you need to really make some items within less than 2 hours. So if you're making garments and it's taking you a whole day or a week or even a month, sometimes a year because you just got tired and put it in a box, that's not the way to success. It's a weave, but it's not a way to success. What you have to do is you have to sow in moderation. You have to sow things that gives you energy, like things that you like to sew quickly. These items, you test your stitches out, making sure that your stitches are nice and straight. Now, to do well, try to sew at your largest stitch because it gives you more speed, but just make sure it's not a loose stitch. Make sure that it's a good, strong stitch and you can sew quite quickly on a garment, okay? If you're sewing things that is stretchy, like spandex fabric, you may have to sew at a smaller stitch because those fabrics will be pulled a lot and you want to make sure that the stitches don't, or you have a angle stitch that will allow the fabric to stretch. But the purpose of this video is to help you build your speed so you can sew to success, because there's so much money out there. When I say there's a lot of money, there's tons of money. Listen, there is tons of money, and we need people that can bring it to the universe and get that money. I mean, even if you don't need the money, get the money and stock it up. You can help somebody. Or you can save it for yourself for a rainy day. It rains every day. It rains every day. When I say rain, not necessarily physical rain, but trying times in your life where capital is the answer. Capital meaning cash. Capital meaning able to put out the fire. If your house have a water leak, if your plumbing is backed up, if your air conditioner go out, if it's something that you can pay for rather than putting on your insurance claim. If you need a home, a safe place, if you need an office to sew your items and be away from your family so you can concentrate, that is the key. Let me tell you, trying to sew home, even if you got pets, you're trying to sew home and you're trying to get some things done and they got to go to the bathroom or they got to go out. It can mess up your whole day. Something that can be done in an hour cannot even be finished. And then you're not happy because you didn't produce what you want to do. So what I'm saying to those who have the means already, what you don't have control of is your distractions. If you cannot create a space that you can get things done without being disturbed. Okay? So what I want you to know is that if you keep sewing, If you keep sewing and you don't need the money, then you can put the money away for a sudden rainy day, okay? Or you can invest it in some stocks. Now I'm gonna stop right here to ask for some support, because he said if you have not because you haven't asked for it. I want you to subscribe, like, and share this for those who know someone who is sewing and they need a little bit of motivation. I want you to know that you can do it. You can do it now better than ever, because people are looking for things that are unique. People are looking for help with their projects. People will call you when you're after business hours. They'll be thinking about something they need, and then they will ask you, can you make this? And can you do this for me? Or my mom needs a dress made, or I need this done. So I'm here to tell you, once you put it out there that you can get things done for people in a good manner, in a timely manner, then your financial goals are endless. Your financial goals to get some things done are endless. Now you say, well, how do I get that customer? First of all, you just ask for the customer. Well, who do I ask for? You make you some cards, you pass them out, you make you some flyers, you tell people in your church that you now have a business, whether it's sewing, crafting, tailoring, putting up wallpaper, putting up anything that can help make someone's life a little bit easier. If you start putting that information out, then people will start coming to you. It might not happen that day, but it definitely will happen within a week or two. And you have to be ready and set up your appointments and deliver on time and give a good service and give a good smile. If you can do those things, you'll have money coming to you all the time. You tell them to text you. And the reason I say text is because conversations take too long. You have to get to the facts. What do they need and when do they need it by? Whenever you give out your information, you make the call. Don't have the person to call you. Have the person to text you, because you want to be in control from the beginning. If you're not in control from the beginning and you have all these phone calls, all these texts, all these alerts, you will get distracted and you just can't get anything done. So that's my secret sauce. Now, you can do it the way you want to do it, but I'm telling you, once you get your business up and so many people are asking you for help, you want to make sure that you get it lined up the way you want to run it, because there is never a day that someone is not asking you for some type of guidance or help in your sewing skill set. It's the best kept secret. It's the best kept secret to getting fast capital, whether it's cash or whether it's card or Cash App or whatever means, PayPal, that you get your money. There is people willing to pay. Now, what I suggest for those who are asking me or who are telling me that people don't pay or they get stuck with the bag, no, you be sincere. It's just like going to the cleaners. When you take your things to the cleaners, or even going to McDonald's, when you order your sandwich at McDonald's, you pay first, you drive up, and you get your item. Rarely do I take deposits, because deposits barely cover the expense of the material, and you don't have any money for your labor. When you bring something to the universe, it takes time. You have to think about it, look at it, and go with it. And when you give a person that price, say you have an item that's $100 and they give you $50 for it, and say the merchandise, the raw goods might cost you $40. You only have $10 in it. You can't work for $10. You can't work with deposits anymore. You have to work with the total, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason that you have to work with the total of that item is because most of the time when you make something for someone, you've undercharged, okay? And you feel overwhelmed. So if you take an item, feel good with that item. And then when you do that, then you'll feel good about finishing the project. And the next time you'll charge a little bit more, so you can know that you can survive. You're not sewing for a hobby. You're sewing to make some money. You're sewing to get some results. You're sewing to get some things done, to stash your savings account. You may want to get some extra equipment or so forth, or whatever you want to do with it. I highly recommend to stop taking deposits. For instance, yesterday, someone said, okay, can you make this dress for me? I said, okay, I can make that dress for you. It's going to be $150. And she said, well, how much is the deposit? I said, well, I don't take deposits. The dress is $150. Now, oh my goodness, there's a big old raccoon up here. And raccoons don't play. Woo! He don't play the radio. I'm gonna see if I can show him to you. They don't play. They will fight back. I don't know if you saw that, but man, let me tell you, they gotta eat too. So, I love looking at raccoons because they got some pretty looking outfits on. God gave them some nice outfits. But anyway, back to the story. You not get sidetracked. I tell you, God is good. You got to be able to laugh at yourself sometime. Well, this is what you do. I said, no, you cannot leave a deposit. Please come back when you're ready to get your order done. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I can't take deposits because I'll have all these garments ready to go. All of them got deposits. I'm waiting on the money. The money not coming. Some come up in their life. Even if they give you $100, they owe you $50. You need that $50. So I told her politely, I said, listen, when you get your money for your dress, please come back. Now you're saying, Evelyn, Miss Evelyn, I need that money. Why didn't you take the $100? Because I believe in God. Because he said he will provide. Because I know he will make a way out of no way. And when your back is up against the wall, he will provide for you. Now, let me tell you something. That goes two ways. When you take somebody's money, you be just as excited as they are for you doing the garment. And you give it 100%. You go all in and you give them everything that they ask for and more. You over-deliver. And when you over-deliver, there'll be a client for life. So my whole point is, don't feel like I have to take this because of such and such, especially because of your race. Sometimes I have to say this, sometimes we of any race, we feel like if you're the same race that you deserve a discount. You don't even know that person. And this is for all races. Because if you feel like I'm buying from you because I'm Haitian and you Haitian, or I'm black and you black, or I'm Spanish and you Spanish, I deserve a discount. And I'm not saying all the races, but I'm saying most races, when they buy from you and you're the same race, they feel like you should give them a discount. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. When you go buy your material, they don't care what race you are. Their price is the price. And when you buy volume, that's when your race change. I'll give you a discount. Okay, you can spend $1,000. You deserve a discount. Oh, you spend $100? Nah, you got to pay regular price. And the reason being is because when they buy and when they order stuff, they have to buy a tractor trailer. They have to buy a lot of stuff. And when they buy a lot of stuff, how you doing? They have to pay for it. And when they have to pay for it early, they have to pay for that merchandise. And if they just piecemeal it, meaning giving small pieces at a time, they cannot have enough money to buy the next truck. And when wholesalers, real grand wholesalers buy stuff, they have to commit to tens of thousands of dollars of merchandise per year. So if they start taking individual small orders, then they can't meet their quota. And then the companies take them off their list, because when those factories start pumping out that fabric, they want to know they got so many buyers that's going to buy, and they're going to know that they have to buy this much merchandise in a year. So that's a little sneak peek behind wholesaling and buying. So sewing for success means putting your best foot forward, asking for the sale before the sale, being good with delivering on your promise, go over the top with the expectations. If you make a mistake, if you're running behind, don't get too personal. Just say, listen, I'm running behind. Can you give me an extra day? Whenever the person gives you their delivery time, do the delivery time and try to have it done 2 or 3 days prior to the time that they need it. Now, when you are sewing your projects, make sure that you leave time to make some fun stuff. And what I mean by this is, say if you got a dress to make, and that dress, you only got one dress to make this week. You got to make some other stuff so you can make some money. So make some shawls, make some scarves, make some headbands, make some pet clothes. So when that person come up to get it, you know, they got some other things that they can buy as well. So when they come get their dress, sell them something else. That's how you build up your cash flow. When you make your profit from your garment, buy some extra things that you can sell to your customers that's right there in your face. Soap, shea butter, toothpaste, toothbrushes, whatever you got, they'll buy it. When your customers become your friends, you know, I'll say customers, friends, keep it at a distance, keep it professional. Don't be too friendly that you got to go to lunch and to dinner with them. No, keep it professional, but they will be your friend. They will be like, oh, I love this person because she makes me feel good. She makes me look good. Or he makes me feel good. Or he makes me look good. Or they, if you got a team. But the thing is, get more money out of that one client than to let that client go and take their money somewhere else. Like I showed you where I put rhinestones on shoes, or I'll put rhinestones on headbands, or I'll always, look, I never have a client that come to me and I only sell them what they ask for. I always get an upsell. That's where I say gratuity comes into place. So get an upsell, get something else, lay it all out. When they come pick it up, say, look, Susan, or look, Mary, look at some other things I got. And then when you sell it, you can do one or two things. You can do a BOGO sale, buy one, get two free, buy two, get one free, buy three, get one free. You can upsell to get more money. You can probably sell more with the items that you provided than the deposit or the balance of whatever they want if you take deposits. I'm against deposits, but you can get more money if you have more items for them to purchase when they come for pickup or their final fitting. Even if you got all their money up front, their bank accounts have replenished, and when they come to buy, they're coming to buy. They're coming to be satisfied. And you don't have to say it's a fundraiser. No, I'm selling more items. I want to expand my sewing business. I want to be able to give more to my customers than I have been in it for. So that's what you do. So with that, I want you to take that advice, because I use it every day in my business, whether it's family, whether it's strangers or clients or repeats. I use it every day. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
And I make sure that at the end of the day, we both win. When we both win, we both smile, we both appreciate it, and we both tell each other, hey, I can do that. Hey, we can do that. Now, this is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. I would like for you to like, subscribe, and share. If anything that I've told you that you could use as a nugget, please look at the descriptions. If you'd like to give a donation to get more of this great information, I would love for your support. Thank you so much. Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye-bye.